Buonasera e gli studenti benvenuti alla lezione Italiana Ventotto. Adesso sono 7:22. Okay. Now we had some math problems from the last lesson. Remember I said scriva I problemi, and then I went on. Okay. Now, what we're having you do is write down the math problems and also the answers. Okay. So, let's get into this, shall we? Una domanda: quanto fa 64 più 32 fa 96? Una domanda: quanto fa 14 per 5 fa 70? Una domanda: quanto fa 93 meno 42 fa 51? Una domanda: quanto fa 57 più 41 fa 98? Una domanda: quanto fa 7 per 8 fa 56? Una domanda: quanto fa 74 meno 38 fa 36? Alright. Now, let's get into the vocabulary for tonight. We have di, which is an Italian preposition for of. We have matematica, which is mathematics, matematica. Tassi, which is taxi. And cento, which is 100. Okay. Now, do you remember from a previous lesson when we talked about questo? Questo A, questa A, and quest A? Okay. Well, what we're going to do in this particular lesson is I'm going to give you some vocabulary words, and what I want you to do, I'll give you an example here. Let me get my little list. It's just like tassi. Now, tassi is an Italian noun. It is masculine. So what you would do is you would say, questo è un tassi, which would mean this is a taxi. Okay. Now, let me give you a list of other vocabulary words. And what you're going to do is you're going to write down in the comments below whether it be questo è, questa è, or quest A. Okay. Un tavolo. Un tavolo. Uno studenti. Uno studenti. Una studentessa. Un telefono. L'orologio. Un libro. Actually, we could say un orologio. We could say un orologio. Un libro. Una finestra. Una finestra. Una porta. Uno denaro. Okay. Now you decide whether it's going to be questo A, questa A, or queste. All right. Oh, and let's add a couple more words. Una sedia and un teatro. Una sedia, un teatro. Leave those down there too. Okay? You have to decide whether it's going to be questo A, questa A, or questa A. show you that right there. See it. Alright. Now when I tell you to write the following math problems, I'm going to teach you one more word in the next lesson that will complete this phrase, okay? So, I'm going to say, scriva I problemi di matematica, and then I'm going to say another word that means following, okay? Scriva I problemi di matematica, and then I'll say another word that will mean following, okay? So, I want you to write down the following math problems and their answers. Here they come. Una domanda, quanto fa 53 più 61? Una domanda, quanto fa 109 meno 23? Now, on that particular mathematical problem, we're saying 109, and I'll show you how this works. As you know now, the word cento means 100 and nove means 9. Okay? So what you're saying is 109. Okay, that's what you're literally saying is 109. So if you are in a future lesson hearing cento diciassette, you would hear 117. Or if you were hearing 116, you would hear 116. So on and so forth. Okay. Now let's just go on with the lesson here. I think you're pretty much getting the idea how this actually works. Una domanda, quanto fa 12 per 8? Una domanda, quanto fa 76 più 29? I'm going to say that again. Una domanda, quanto fa 76 più 29? Una domanda, quanto fa 102 meno 17? Una domanda, quanto fa 9 per 8? Alright, you know what to do. I'll tell you more in the next lesson. Stay tuned.